Welcome. It's a NeuroCreative Leadership Live, and it's Happy Friday. If you're here, say hello. If you're on the replay, say hashtag replay. And yeah, we're on a mystery one today. These are open flows, actually. Sometimes they're more structured, sometimes they're more open flow. And this one is going to be see what happens with the mystery value card. And these cards have really helped me navigate difficult times, not knowing how to communicate in social situations. I've stopped drinking alcohol using these cards, but still being able to go and socialize or do things that I want to do. Um, why does that work? How does that work? Huh? If anyone knows about a really central piece to leadership is values. And so values are underlying to the whole vision of someone that can step into whatever's uncomfortable or deal with whatever situations or decisions that need to be made when we and or just stay present, knowing if we can come back into our values. And I was as I learned this, it took 4 months to understand even the process of it. When we talk about affirmational work, it's not about saying it and it not making sense to the subconscious, and then there's just this fight between like I'm saying this, but I don't actually feel it, or it's unfamiliar territory. It gets to be repeated and repeated and repeated until it becomes comfortable. That in either the feeling the uncomfortability but also the comfortability becomes rigorous once we start having evidence coming back that our vision falls into place when we stay focused on it. And so vision and values are so intrinsically important. Once we get those clear for ourselves, and the highest ones, we can have ones that are more suitable for different situations as well, of course. But the highest ones are always locking back in straight away. And what I mean by that, I'll show you in a sec as well. But this is a mystery value card picking. Scenario, and I'm just going to jam on whatever comes up around it. There's this. What else is I going to say? If you, yeah, so anytime you get an insight of something, share it in the comments or just declare it, say it out loud or rethink it, because there's an exponential learning curve to something that when we actually get present to something that we find valuable or useful, when we repeat it, we create the science of commitment for it to happen again. It becomes like an instrument. If we're picking up a music instrument and playing it and over again, we build up that song, even if we don't know what's happening and we keep repeating something and playing, we'll end up formulating something, and that becomes bonds. That's neurocreativity in action, creating neuroplasticity. So whatever you get from whatever you get, this is a call to action to share what you get, because it really helps to reinforce these processes for yourself as well as anyone else that may need to hear this today. And so um, yeah, without further ado, I'm going to pick a value card. And by the way, they're all like on. I put them on playing cards, which is fun as well, because then it thinks it's like it is a magic trick, but it's not the usual trick, Jim. So yeah, I'm going to pick one. We'll see where we go with it. Okay, eight of spades. It's the eight of spades. It's connection. So connection. Connection. What does connection mean to you, firstly? What's coming up for you around what does connection mean? For me, it's also written in blue, which is the sign of water, which can flow through emotions, and so feeling connection more than necessarily any other way of. There's four other colors. There's three other colors in this. I'm going to keep them a mystery, because it's mystery value picking, and what would be the point of talking about everything all at once? We're focusing on feeling connection in the moment. So when I what well, yeah, what comes up for you about feeling connected, feeling connections. Stick it in the chat, stick it in the comments, and um, I, 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 when I feel connected, when I'm feeling connected, um, that's a sense of presence. It feels like it's a practice that I practice every single day to remember to come back to feeling connected because feeling disconnected is and does come up. But the more we can recognize what the feeling is of feeling connected, we can notice when we are not feeling connected and when I can come back to it. It's useful. We want to sit with things that aren't working to work out if it's important or if it's not important. It's just a thing from the past. Then that when that comes up, it's like, do I do? Is it useful? There's that process that I run through. Is it actually important? Is it useful? Can it be done? Um, can it be done now? Immediately, or is it something that's absolutely not necessary to think about anymore? So even getting connected to any thought, an idea that wants to come along as someone that struggled with a high velocity mind and what could be called an ADHD profile that I self-identify as. I discovered I was dyslexic when I was 33, and I believe that my type of dyslexia is more like an ADHD profile that wasn't seen in, and even dyslexia wasn't seen at school because I was very good at staying quiet and knowledgeable in the practical sense. I wasn't struggling to the point of meltdowns in public or anything like that. I didn't have any of that. So I just had the shame and the guilt of feeling disconnected internally, self-judging myself through not knowing how to create conversations, create relationships that I actually wanted. I'd go along with the flow. I'd get caught up in other people's flow, in other people's ideas, which is great to get get worldly, interesting patterns from other people. But when it's just mindless chitter chatter or complaining about stuff, I would just be absorbed by it and just be stuck in that process of what we call the drift. And it's like the drift of societal learned ways of talking and conversation. And so I'd be desperately wanting to be connected with people and learning how to, and I wasn't learning how to communicate. I was just being around people that were communicating. And then I'd go away and crave connection with through music. So I would play guitar endlessly. I'd listen to music non-stop, like hours and hours a day whenever I was free to do that. It was that craving of feeling connected to something, and music is obviously an amazing way of active meditation, practicing focus and playing the active playing of music as well. So that's what really feeling connected is to me. It's the sense of um, when it's active and useful, it's a practice of a skill regardless of what it goes on for me, whether it feels like I'm in a uncomfortable situation or there's something I'm not preferring to be happening. Can I use that as an opportunity to stay connected and notice the thought, not try to fight against it? Otherwise that's almost like a fighting against trying to feel connected, and then that's actually a disconnection to me anyway. I'm wondering what you're getting from all of this. Then there's feeling connected with others again. So that could be non-verbal, or it can be learning skills to leverage other people. And when we leverage other people, that's true wealth, because wealth and finances all come from through other relationships and exchanges of things. So if it's an entrepreneurial space, then we get to learn how to I get to learn how to what marketing is and have communication and with people and see what they need or what they want, and see if it's an alignment and make offers, make invites to things. So but even just on a creating a relationship, friendships or intimate relationships, working on those things, that's a skill to learn how to feel connected in the face of things that aren't going or feeling like they're going in the right direction, or that and that's the practice, because then we can, if I can get back to feeling it connected in different situations, then I'm more likely to stay on target with feeling connected to the vision of what I want to create. And then every single experience that comes into play in the day, I can actually go, is this important? Is it aligned with my vision? Do I make a choice about it? I can make a choice about it. I can take action. I can instigate, or I can um, do something else, instigate something else. And how what does the vision look like? How clear can it be to be connected to it so vividly that every single choice is easy, becomes easy? Because it's like, yes, this is difficult, but it's the fear of growth, or it's the fear of this thing not happening because I'm caring about making it happen. And what is it? That vision of health, the vision of wealth, the vision of leadership skills and business, and or whatever it is that you're working on. So I wonder what you get from this. If you want to get launch clarity, or get clear on your vision mapping. I love to do vision mapping with people when they get clear on their vision and map it out, then it makes it easier to just see what um see what things will like I just said before, know much more clearly about whether or not to say yes to something or no to something, or push for something, like driving towards something regardless of what anyone else says. And so that's just what comes up with feeling connection as a value. As soon as I'm reminded of that, I'm like on it. You can see how it fires me up, and it stops me from having any negative what I call disruptive creativity patterns. Disruptive creativity is when it's addictive patterns that feel good in the moment or feel stressful in the moment, and they're just causing a detrimental pattern of either physical health or physical, not wealthy, or not leveraging things in a way in which is useful. So it can be a dark side of flow, to be in subconscious patterns of flow that are detrimental. So again, just one topic, two words, feeling connected, and what comes up for me. So I hope that was useful, and do reach out if you want to, if you're a highly sensitive leader, or a um, creative, entrepreneurial, founding business owner who wants to launch with a repeatable launch system that actually works, where we work on the personal and the offer and the branding if necessary. I think that brand like personal energy branding is so important when we get connected to our values, vision, and our own self-esteem inside our branding, not just what it should look like for others, and getting market research. Know, like, and trust ourselves. Know, like, and trust our audience to make the offer. And then it's easier to look out for whether someone's in alignment with the vision or not. It makes it much more clarity. So doing all that little bit of work, 3 months worth of work in the first place, before trying to test stuff out even, can be, years worth of speeding up processes. And it's great insight, but insight is one thing, and implementing regularly over time is another, and having the support and the structure and the safety to do that is what I love to help people with. If they're fast, high velocity minded, and visionary, creative, and want that vision, let's go for the visionary project, the one that just feels almost impossible to do, and let's make that happen, because it is possible with safety, structure, and support, especially to break through and stay focused on that visionary mission. Thanks for listening. Have a great day, and be awesome. Feel connected the rest of the day if you can. And any feedback, questions, comments, I'd love to hear them. Thanks for now. All the best. All good.